Hey guys, as you can see, I'm in a new apartment. I have finally moved into my new place, and these bookshelves behind me are a combination of Marcus and I's books. It's been a long moving process, and I'm still unpacking stuff, but I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to finally film this video because I am way behind on my videos right now. So this is going to be the mid-year Freakout tag. I was tagged for this a while ago, and I'm excited to finally get to it because it's been a while. I was tagged by Amanda Reads and also by Triumphal Reads. I'll leave their channels in the description below so you can go check them out afterwards. So I'm just gonna get right into the tag, and yeah. Question 1 is the best book you've read so far this year, and for me that's 5 Feet Apart. It's not a long book, it's pretty short, but it was the one that I could not put down. When I would pick this book up, I would be reading, and I'm pretty sure this is the book that kept me up till 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to finish it. And yeah, if a book can keep me up really late and prevent me from sleeping, that's how I know it's a really good book. And it's one of the few 5 stars I've given out this year. So this would be my favorite book so far. There's still another half a year to go. Well, I guess less than a half a year because I'm a little late to this, but there could be another one that takes its place, but right now, this is my favorite so far. Number 2 is the best sequel you've read this year, and for that would have to be Other Earth by Jason Segel. I really enjoyed Other World, and this one just continued that story and went in a direction that I was and wasn't expecting at the same time. So I really liked this one. The next one that's coming out, I believe, is called Other Life, and I can't wait for that one, but I think it doesn't come out till November, I think. So I'll have to wait a bit for it, and I might have to reread this one to remember what happened. But this one was really good. It has sort of like a Ready Player One vibe with it. It's a sci-fi read if anybody wants to know, and I strongly suggest this series. I really like them. Question 3 is a new release you haven't read yet but want to, and I believe this might actually be out now, but I was going to choose Wilder Girls by Rory Power. It's about a bunch of girls that are at this school that's kind of like quarantined because there's some sort of virus that's killing off the teachers, and the girls need to learn to survive. I just thought that's like such a cool premise, and I think it would be a really interesting book to read. I believe it came out in July, so I probably could pick it up soon. But that's what I would have chosen if I actually filmed this tag on time, so that's what I'm gonna go with. Number 4 is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and this is a pretty easy one for me. This is Dark Age by Pierce Brown. I can't wait for this book, although I haven't even read Iron Gold yet, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I feel like I'm a true howler at heart, but I know I didn't read it yet. It's a big one, and I have to make the commitment to pick it up and read it, and once I do, then I will read Dark Age as well. But I know that as soon as Dark Age comes out, I'm buying that right away because I need to add it to my collection. Number 5 is my biggest disappointment, and for this one I would have to choose Lure by Jeff Marshall. The genre for this book was medical thriller, and I was excited because I hadn't really read anything that was like a medical thriller or experienced this kind of book, but I guess I just had kind of too high expectations for it, and it wasn't what I was expecting. One of its redeeming qualities was that it was set in Canada, at least for part of it, so that was really cool because I got to learn about more places in Canada. But other than that, the book just, it didn't pull me in. Every time I picked it up, I could put it down right away. I wasn't feeling it for this book, so that would have had to been my biggest disappointment. Number 6 is the biggest surprise, and this one was Solving Cadence Moore by Gregory Sterner. I got this one in exchange for a review from a publisher, and this was the one that was documentary style about a radio show host who is uncovering he's going over a murder mystery story and trying to solve it during I think it's a 6-week podcast series. So he has 6 weeks to try and solve this mystery of the disappearance of Cadence Moore, and it was really fascinating. I don't normally gravitate towards documentaries or anything like that, but this book actually captured me, and I felt like one of the listeners listening along during this series, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think I was going to, so yeah. Question 7 is your favorite new author, or at least new to you. And for this one, I'm choosing Zachary Ryan, the author of High School Queens. This is a very sassy, dramatic book, and it was awesome. It was, if I had to say it was like something, I would say it's like Gossip Girl, but in a book form. And it's just like high school drama. Except it's great because you're not in the drama, you're like sitting on the sidelines just watching it all. So it kind of plays out like reality TV, which, as you know from my assumptions video, I have become a reality TV junkie. So this was pretty awesome. And it has a lot of LGBTQ plus rep in it, so I liked that as well. He actually sent me the sequel to this book, and that's going to be in my upcoming list of books to read, so stay tuned for that. Number 8 is your newest fictional crush, and I don't really get fictional crushes on people. Like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I have feelings for them, I guess. But like, if I had to choose somebody, it would probably be Nora from Red, White, and Royal Blue, because she's just such a badass character. She's not the main character, she's a side character, but she's got so much personality to her, and she's just the absolute best. I freaking love that girl. She's bisexual, she's awesome, she's just like, she's a powerhouse in this book. So if you ever do pick up that book and you encounter Nora, you'll know what I mean. She's pretty cool. Number 9 is your newest favorite character, and for that I would have to choose Dr. Fid from Fid's Crusade. I really thought he was very unique. It was the first time that I was reading a book about a supervillain, and it was cool to find out his motives behind what he does, and it was interesting to see just like how his thought processes were, because he's a really smart guy, and the way he like thinks problems through and interacts with people, he's kind of like snarky or like sarcastic, I guess, but in like a fun way. I don't know, I just really liked Dr. Fid. He was a cool character and very unique. Number 10 is a book that made you cry, and books don't really make me cry, but 5 Feet Apart, it didn't make me cry. It did make me tear up at one specific part, and I won't say what that is. I'm not going to spoil it, but there was one part that actually made me come close to crying, but I honestly don't cry in books. Books don't usually make me cry, honestly. I feel like when I'm reading a book and somebody like passes away or something like that, it doesn't affect me as much as if I'm watching a movie and all of a sudden like this music comes on to give you the like mood or ambiance, I guess is the word, of the passing away. So yeah, I don't cry in books, sorry guys. Number 11 is a book that made you happy, and I didn't give this one a very high rating. I think I gave it a 3.5, but I would choose The Infinite Noise by Lauren Shippen. This book just made me happy because of the different relationships that were formed and how they played out. It was interesting, an interesting book and an interesting concept, but it was mainly the relationships. That's what made me happy about this book, and I'm glad that I experienced it. I actually read this book as a buddy read with my friend Josh, and he didn't really like the book as much. I also was like neutral about it, but yeah, the relationships that were formed in that book made me very happy. Number 12 is your favorite book to film adaptation this year, and this one would have to be Shazam. I don't know if you were counting graphic novels, but I'm going to choose Shazam because I really liked that movie. I actually got to see a pre-screening of it with Marcus before it even came out. He has like these scene perks, so we got to go see the movie before it came out, and it was really good. Like I enjoyed it so much. It was really comical, and I think DC is doing really well moving forward with the movies that they're coming out with. But yeah, that's the one I would choose for favorite film or book to film adaptation. Number 13 is your favorite review that you have filmed this year. So I filmed this, and I actually wrote a written review of it on my blog, Breakeven Books, but this one would have to be for Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I buddy read this with Amanda Reeds, and it was really good. I really enjoyed all the different folklore of the Norse gods, and like getting introduced to other Norse gods that aren't more commonly known, and hearing their backstory about it. And it was fun to like buddy read along with Amanda, and we'd be talking back and forth and saying like, oh, I like this one's my favorite, and then continue reading and be like, oh, this one's now my favorite because it's better, and just kind of enjoying all the different little short story folklore tales in this. So this was my favorite one. Also, this one like boomed on Pinterest. I posted the review of it on Pinterest and it got to like 50,000 impressions and I was like, holy shit. Like what the hell? So Neil Gaiman is very popular apparently. I mean, I knew that already, but yeah. I would strongly suggest picking this one up if you get a chance. Also, it's got deckled edges if you like that, so that's pretty sweet. Number 14 is the most beautiful book you've bought so far this year, and once again, big surprise, 5 Feet Apart. I really liked this book, but mainly the beautiful cover is what got me. I think it's so cool that they like made lungs with like blossoming hearts coming out and like the whole nature theme. I really love the color scheme of this too. It's just like, look, here. It's so pretty. Oh my god. I just love it. So this is it. And last but not least, number 15 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And for this, I am going to read the other 2 books in the Fid's Crusade trilogy. So that is Behind Distant Stars, which is number 2, and then the third one, which is Starfall. I need to finish these because David sent these to me. They're all signed copies. And I really liked Fid's Crusade, the first one, so I want to finish off the series and see how it ends. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Because then I can like talk to David about it and be like, oh my god, this is how you went with the story, or I'm just excited to like see how it continues. Because the first one was great. And they're signed. I'm just so excited. I love signed books. And that's it for my mid-year Freakout tag. I'm not going to tag anybody because I feel like this tag is already past its date that it's supposed to be done. And I'm getting late to it. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm not going to tag anybody. So if you want to do this one, feel free to go ahead and do it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be posting some more videos soon. I'm going to try and catch up on my videos now that I'm just kind of like almost unpacked everything. Also, I promised Savvy that I would show her a picture of Uno. So this is not a picture, it's in the video, but oh, he's trying to escape. Uno, say hi. This is Uno. He's adorable. We adopted him from PetSmart. He's being very lazy and he wants to go lie in the sun, so I'm gonna let him do that, but that's Uno. He'll be in more videos. Yeah. Until next time, guys, keep on reading.